Great to join you. Great to have you with us. Now, Information Minister Designate Kojo Nkrumah has disclosed the president has set up a committee to advise on how to restructure the Ghana Broadcasting Corporation (GBC). He told Parliament's Appointments Committee the committee has completed its work and he will work on the report to make GCB work better if he is approved. Let's go live to Parliament to get an update of the vetting process. And Joseph Opoku-Gakpo is our man on the ground. Joseph, what else has Mr. Nkrumah been saying about this intended restructuring of GBC?
Well, he was asked a specific question on what can be done to help make GBC work better. And he pointed to how he thinks there are issues with the media being overly focused on negative news and resulting in a situation where the real information that government intends to get to ordinary people don't get to them. So going forward, his expectation is that GBC will be focusing a lot more on public broadcasting and disclosed that when Mustafa Hamid was minister, this committee that the president has to look into how GBC can be made to work better began work, and they submitted their report.
Right.
And he's looking forward to the recommendations on that and working on it if it's approved as minister to make GBC better.
Now, he also mentioned the posting of NAPCO beneficiaries. What are the details of this development?
So there was a question from the MP for Boedi Samtenahi when he said that there's been the situation of the inauguration of the NAPCO being done, but then the beneficiaries have not been posted till date. And so he asked him what is going to happen to them. And Kojo Nkrumah disclosed that when it comes to the specific posting, it's happening at the district level, and that has started. And the expectation is that by 1st of November, the posting would have been completed so that then the beneficiaries can begin work on in the first week of November.
Now, Joseph, we know that the other ministers and deputy ministers designated will be vetted in the coming days. What's the schedule?
Two of them are expected to come later today. The minister designate for Gender, Children and Social Protection, Cynthia Morrison, will be appearing before the committee after the vetting of Kojo Nkrumah, and then later in the day, the Deputy Minister for the Buna Hafo region, who has been promoted and is now coming in as Minister for Buna Hafo, that Ivan Sopoku will also be appearing before the committee. And then next week, Monday, 4 others will be appearing.
Thank you, Joseph Opoku-Gakpo, for bringing us that update. We will shortly be telling you that story about the strike that has been declared by University Teachers Association of Ghana, UTAG, in KNUST, related to the dissolution of the university's managing council and the appointment of an interim managing council. But before that, children in several communities in 4 regions were not vaccinated in the just-ended national campaign against measles and rubella because nurses do not have the means of transport to hard-to-reach villages. Measles is one of the childhood killer diseases, and the Eastern, Volta, Central, Northern and Upper East regions were affected. Joy News' Justice Beidou traveled with one nurse to the island community of Eti in the Afam Plains to see how medics access these areas without a means of travel on water. Here is his report.
Moses Ganke is setting out on one of his everyday journeys in a canoe powered by a small outboard motor. He is on his way to deliver vaccines that fight measles and rubella, but the road ahead is a difficult one. There are more than 5,000 people on different islands ahead of him. It's dangerous traveling on the Volta Lake around this time of the year. There are strong winds blowing, making the canoe very unsteady, and the water level is unusually high and cold.
Ghana Health Service is not having an engine boat. We have to get to about 3-4 communities in a day, and we have spent almost 5 hours on the river. Where are you going to get the extra time to reach the people in these island communities?
We have crossed 2 water bodies in the last 1 hour of travel on this river, and I'm told there are about 10 villages still ahead of us. There's a strong wind currently blowing, which makes the boat unsteady, and the water levels are unusually high. These times of the year are some of the most dangerous traveling on this river. But for medics who work in this area, reaching these communities with vaccines could mean the difference between life and death for some children. And so they would have to brave the odds.
The canoe we are traveling in now is a commercial one that moves in and out of the island once a day. And so if you miss it, you have no other means of traveling there.
Thank you.
I've had to pay the boat rider 150 cedis to charter it for this trip. This is the Echi community, a fishing island home to about 1,000 people. This year's rubella and measles vaccine is supposed to be for children between 9 months and 5 years.
Because my baby has been vaccinated, I think she's safe. I am happy. The nurses find it hard coming here. When there are high winds, they can't come, and there's no clinic here.
If the one who is not immunized should have the disease, it can affect the one who has been immunized, because we have other means of transmitting diseases.
This woman is lucky she had her child vaccinated, but many others, not just here, but hundreds of islands in this area, may not get the vaccines, putting them at risk of a killer disease that is otherwise preventable. Justice Bedu, Joy News, in the Afram Plains.
And I'm Daniel Dazi here. This is Joy News today. Let's take you back to the earlier story where Information Minister Designate Kojo Oppong-Nkrumah is currently before Parliament's Appointments Committee. We'll take you there live to join the proceedings.
Have been created. And the interesting thing is that in the breakdown of your 145,000, you said the agric sector contributed 2,700. Now, if you total all these figures that have been thrown about by various government workers, it exceeds 1.2 million, which according to the Ghana Statistical Service Labor Report Survey is for 2007, it's the number of unemployed people, 1.2, 11% approximately. So the question I want to ask is, how many jobs really have been created so far, given all these numbers?
Thank you, Chairman. My colleague reminds me of his days in journalism and how his questions were loaded. Chairman, thankfully the Employment Minister is right by this table. He is a better place to answer to what he's alleged to have said and other persons. But I would restrict myself to what I said.
The Honorable Minister brought his details to Parliament, and we had the opportunity to discuss that. Answer your question.
Yes, Chairman. So I will answer my part. Chairman, what I said, and I'm very happy because this demonstrates something that we gradually need to work on in our media space. I'm very happy my colleague said that. I am reported to have said that 145,000 jobs have been created. Chairman, I never said that.
Mr. Chairman, I'm sorry, if I could just clarify so he goes ahead. We are vetting him as government, so to speak, spokesperson. The question is not about what he has said. The question is about what government position is on the creation of jobs so far, given these figures. Thank you.
That's all right. He's clarifying the background information you gave, so please proceed.
Chairman, thank you. What I said is that financial clearance has been given for 145,000 and over jobs. And I proceeded to give a breakdown. Now, in agric, I did not say that 2,000 jobs in the agric sector. I said agric extension officers. The agric sector is bigger than agric extension officers. And so I was specific in those areas. I am sure that when the minister who is seized with all of the information, as he has already provided, updates his numbers, the reconciliation will be easy for all of us to do. But Chairman,
sorry, I'm coming in. Can you, in doing this, give the breakdown of the 145,000 for our record?
Unfortunately, I do not have that documentation in front of me. I would fetch...
What number do you have for the agric extension officers?
Over 2,000, about 2,700.
Over or 2,500?
About 2,700 for agric extension officers.
Over 2,500. 5 million is over 2,500.
Chairman, I will.
So speak with certainty.
Yes, Chairman. So I will appraise the committee of the numbers I gave during that press briefing. I'm hopeful that the committee will afford me that.
Chairman, so we know that by close of this vetting, you submit to the appointments committee a breakdown for a record of 145,000 persons to be recruited into the public service. Thank you.
Chairman,
that's a suggestion. It's not a ruling of the chairman. Proceed.
He says what? Chairman says. Yes. So I do the request. I want your ruling.
Please complete your answer. We'll consider it when we...
Okay, Chairman, I'm grateful. So, Chairman, my words were that financial clearance has been given for 145,000 and over jobs, and I proceeded to give a breakdown at that briefing, and I can share same with the committee. Chairman, but I think the point that it draws me to is accuracy of reporting. And I'd like to take advantage of this opportunity and mention that as we even work towards our media capacity enhancement program, one of the things we want to look at is accuracy of reporting, because words mean a lot. And when the words are changed, it changes, the understanding. And we're in a country where a lot of us read the headlines, don't go into details. And so when words are changed or attributes are wrongly made, then you find people having to come back and issue statements, I didn't say that, I didn't say that. What it does is that it creates a certain impression of all of us. And I think that we can do some more. Lately, I've seen one worrying trend, that the media itself is beginning to issue statements against other media houses, literally calling each other names because of, again, some of this absence of accuracy in reporting. And I think all of us will benefit if we stick to words as used so that the meaning is out there clearly. Thank you, Chairman.
Honourable Minister for Aviation.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Honourable Kojo Opon Nkrumah, congratulations. I have only one question, and it's about youth employment or unemployment. I don't know how you look at it. We are all very concerned about the unemployment situation amongst the youth in the country. That's why the President has brought in the NAPCO program. Indeed, before that, we had the youth employment program. But I've gone through studying all these modules and haven't seen anything dedicated to journalists or public relations practitioners. You have introduced yourself as a marketing communication expert. You've had experience with students in free enterprise. You also led a program within Joy on entrepreneurial development. You've interviewed over 6,000 people on business and many other things. I'm sure you've come close to private sector practitioners in many ways. My question is very simple. Given that there's so many young men and women who are going into journalism training and public relations, would you consider as an initiative developing a dedicated
Expect more of Kojo Opon Nkrumah. Information Minister designates vetting on the Joy News channel later in the day. But now let's turn our attention to Kumasi, because the University Teachers Association of Ghana, UTAG, has laid down its tools as they protest the dissolution of the university's governing council and the setup of the interim management council by government yesterday. Erastus Asaridonko has been following the story for us, and he joins us on the line. Erastus, we understand the lecturers had a press conference today. What did they say?
Well, yes, they held a meeting first. I mean, the KNUST branch of the University Teachers Association of Ghana held a meeting, a marathon meeting, and many of the lecturers were assembled here. And at the end of the day, they have decided, and they've made some points clear. They have decided that, one, they are not going to recognize the interim council that government has set up. Two, they have heard, yes, that a member has been, a representative has been put on the council. They are not interested. They have not received any official notification to that. They are not even sure they want to be part of that council. But what they want government to do immediately is to restore the old council. The government has any option to remove its own appointees on that council, but he has to restore the old council and allow the university statutes and procedures to work. And that is what they are saying. But with immediate effect, they have laid down their tools. I still have Professor Foucault here. He's the KNUST local chapter president. Let me have a word with him. Prof, I overheard you saying that by Monday, aside you going on strike, if you don't hear anything from government, members of UTAG will go on strike or on demonstration?
Demonstration, yes. In connection, we are meeting this afternoon, the GAWA and the TEU and the FUSAC. So one of the
KNUST local
branches. Then, in addition, this afternoon, we're also meeting the National Executive Council of UTAG. All the 10 campuses, they are going to be here this afternoon. Then Monday, we'll just be on the street.
You go on demonstration?
Yes. So you see the old people demonstrating against the government.
Is this the student version of your own demonstration?
This will be peaceful. This is the most peaceful.
They also said peaceful. They later ended in something.
Oh, well, at least we are more mature. So we'll just walk slowly. We won't even run. We'll walk slowly and we'll make sure that.
What do you hope to achieve? It looks like a sort of banter, an unending cycle. The students started it, the lecturers are waiting in, other stakeholders will come in. What do you want to achieve?
We want to make sure that the government should allow the university to work. We see this as an extension of the government. It is an attack on our freedom. And this is the heritage our fathers have won for us. And definitely we can't let it go just like that. So government come, government go. The university has been there more than 60 years. So we want to maintain. Otherwise, there will be no university. Anytime the government can just come in, next government will come. My name is Kamana Fuku. Oh, you are Kamana Fuku. You belong to this. So dissolve the council. They will set you aside. This is the kind of thing you want to protect and want to guide against. So we'll fight with all the little brother left. We're going to fight. And we're going to make the public know that we are not happy about the interference of the current government.
You lecturers are not happy. The students say we are also not happy. We have been treated as kids. We have been brutalized. Our rights have been abused. Some of us were made to kneel down and all that. We also want redress. How do you merge all this? What is your alternative solution to all this?
You see, when the said government delegation came, they only just made the vice chancellor and they made the students. I think that they should have, but they totally ignore us. And you think that after working here for 25 years, 30 years, 35 years, we don't have any solution to what is going on. And that's why we are drawing government attention. That they totally ignore UTAG, they totally ignore GAWA, they totally ignore TEU. And we are here with them. They could only have been 5 minutes so that we tell them exactly what happened. And you totally ignore us. They want to draw the government attention that they can't move on without us. Definitely, if we are a part of the problem, we should be part of the solution.
Is UTAG aware of the impact, the negative impact it will have on academics? Because we are about having missed them. We are close to the end of the semester.
Yeah, there's always what we call collateral damage. I mean, you can't have what you want without damaging anything. We are not happy because internationally, we know we're going to suffer. Our image on the international has been very good, currently, but now we know the impact, the damage. But that's the only option we have. When somebody totally ignore you, what do we do? We have to prove to the person that you are there and you have something to do. So we know, but we will close our eyes and do the right thing so that the next generation will be set free and they will be able to think free and do things free.
Well, Daniel, you had Professor Foucault, who is the KNUST president for local UTAG.
Sister Saridonko, for that report. You're still watching Joy News today. I am Daniel Dazi. We will be speaking with Emmanuel Boache Iyadom. He is the president of the Concerned Students Association of KNUST. Emmanuel, so the lecturers have declared a strike. They want a reversal of the decision that government has taken. What's your reaction?
Good morning and then good afternoon.
Right.
I am Oyo of US.
Emmanuel, please raise your voice. It's difficult to hear.
Yeah, good afternoon to Oyo of US and then KNUST students watching us this afternoon. I think I need to clear something. There's the concerned students. We don't have anything like president or whatever. At least every student on Kenya University campus now is concerned with happiness. That is why we all joined hearts and minds and then went to the street on Monday. There's nothing like president and whatever. So
Go ahead.
I'll be very grateful. Thank you very much. Now, on the aspect of our lectures going on strike, I think it's unfortunate. It's unfortunate in the sense that per the posture of our lectures, I think they are having more interest in the broken glasses rather than the broken bones of the students, of the kids that they were teaching. Now, when the students were on demonstration, when they were walking around, it's just sad that all the authorities, all the lecturers, they left their vehicles behind, meaning they were protecting their lives. Now, students didn't complain of maybe food that is spoiled, bed bags, just as they've been doing, or that was happening years back in the 80s and 90s or 70s. At this time, students are complaining of their lives that are in danger. And this is what our lecturers are telling us, just to keep quiet and shut up, not to talk about it. And it's very sad. It's very sad that our own lecturers are doing this to us.
Emmanuel, now that the lecturers are on break, what would you suggest to be the amicable solution? What common ground can you find with these lecturers?
I think at the moment, we the students are just hope that the IMC do a very good job and then bring sanity back to the school. But since our lecturers are trying to maybe compound issues, we the students will just keep faith in the IMC. And then we are very hopeful that at the end of the day, they would make good recommendations. And whatever that is supposed to be would come out at the end of the day.
Thank you very much, Emmanuel Boakye-Yadom, for joining us. He is the president, well, he is a concerned student, I should say, of the Kumasi University of Science and Technology. We'll take a few important messages. When we come back, there's more on Joy News Today. Thanks for staying with us. Now, over 89,000 cases of diabetes have been recorded so far in the country in the first half of 2018, an increase of 7,000 from last year. Officials of the Ghana Health Service who revealed this described the situation as very alarming. They have been speaking at the relaunch of the Diabetes, Endocrine and Metabolic Society of Ghana in Accra on Thursday. There's more in this report.
According to the Ghana Health Service, more than 82,000 cases of diabetes were recorded in the first half of 2017. The figure increased to 89,000 cases in the first half of this year. Deputy Programs Manager for Non-Communicable Disease at the service, Dr. Ifa Kome, expressed worry about the trend as she observed non-communicable diseases have over the years been relegated to the background.
Unfortunately, as a nation, we have not given the chronic diseases the needed attention that it deserves. Over the years, we have been so concerned with the cholera outbreaks and the HIV infections such that we don't seem to have noticed when these conditions crept up on us. And now the number of cases that are being reported in our health facilities are frankly alarming.
An endocrinologist, Professor Samuel Asumani-Yabua, believes preventive mechanisms for non-communicable diseases, such as testing of blood sugar, among others, are the best options to help reduce the numbers. He's also advocating the National Health Insurance Scheme takes up the cost of treatment of these diseases.
The NHIS, I believe, focuses more on malaria. They don't cover sugar measurements, diabetic measurements. If these can be done, and they can cover them early, I believe they will recoup their money back. If we test patients for blood sugar levels and see if they have diabetes and they are aggressively managed, and we decrease their complication rate, in the end, it will be savings to the Ministry of Health. So I believe these things need to be put forward so that the ministry will see the value of treating diabetic and metabolic diseases.
The Diabetes, Endocrine and Metabolic Society of Ghana is a non-profit organization dedicated to promoting public awareness of diabetes, endocrine and metabolic diseases with regards to symptoms, risk prevention and control. Its president, Professor Francis Ofei, believes training of more specialists to manage some of the communicable diseases would go a long way to alleviate the plight of the sufferers.
We need funding to train more specialists because diabetes is very definitely a new epidemic. We need to train more specialists, and the numbers of people we have are not enough to handle the matter.
The launch of the association was attended by various medical practitioners, stakeholders in the health sector and support group for non-communicable diseases.
Now, away from health, 14 persons have been arrested by the monitoring team on illegal mining as the Amansia West District of the Ashanti region, as illegal mining activities continue in that area with impunity. More than 500 excavators seized by Operation Vanguard team at the height of the clampdown have been sent back to the mining sites. The monitoring team on illegal mining, working under the mandate of the Ministry of Lands and Natural Resources and supported by volunteers against environmental degradation, discovered illegal miners are still busily polluting water bodies in the area with impunity. On the line is Richard Addo, the leader of the illegal mining monitoring team. Mr. Addo, thanks for joining us. Tell us about the work that you've been doing.
Thank you very much. We started the work with Honorable John Peter Amewu. And so later on, as an NGO, we were mandated by the Ministry of Lands and Natural Resources to go around the country and then report to the ministry whatever is going on. But it looks as if the investment made so far by the government has gone wasted. Let me put it this way, because all the excavators seized, of which we thought that they were going to use those excavators to cover the pits, that is claiming lives of Ghanaians. Right? We counted more than 100 lives that have been lost in the Amansia West and South District alone within this year. They have fallen into the pits, young children, and then even adults. They are dying as a result of the pits that are left over there. Now, what I can say strongly is that based on a data that we had on the 14 July 2018, you could see that the excavators which were seized by Operation Vanguard, and then they were packed at the various assemblies, have gone back to the various sites. That is what we are seeing now. As I'm speaking now, I'm at a place called Nyakose in the Amansia West District. Within this week alone, we've been able to arrest 14 illegal miners. As I speak, just a moment ago, we arrested an illegal Chinese miner at a mining site at Nyakose.
So, Mr. Addo, you tell us that some excavators which were seized earlier have been taken back by the illegal miners. Surely there must be
go around and check at the various assemblies.
Right. Surely there must be, Mr. Addo, some state officials complicit in this. So, is there going to be an investigation? Will these persons be fished out?
Well, I don't know who actually authorized them to release these excavators. However, they are no more part at the assemblies. They are no more there.
So how do we find them now? What are we doing to find them?
Well, you have to ask the DCs to tell you who actually authorized them to release those excavators.
Is it a matter we are going to investigate?
Is that?
Is it a matter that the state will investigate?
The state should investigate, because if you invest about 5 million Ghana cedis every month in the fight against illegal mining, and at the end of the day, the sources that you chalk goes back to zero. So when you see the excavators and then they find themselves back at the mining site, that means whatever work that you did has come back to cost 90.
But Mr. Addo, are you not part of the institution supposed to be checking these and doing these investigations?
Well, that is why I'm also trying to expose what is going on. And so you media men, you're part of it, you have the media coalition against illegal mining. They should take it upon themselves and also go around and then try to investigate. Ask, why is it that the excavators have gone back? I don't have the mandate or authority to tell a DC that you release a machine. Those who have the mandate are those who are supposed to answer this question. I don't have that mandate.
Right.
Why go around and then see what is there, and then report to the state. That is what I'm doing, sir.
So have you forwarded these reports to the appropriate quarters?
We are yet to report to the Ministry of Lands and Natural Resources this month. Our monthly report will go there, and we'll actually put it in there.
Wouldn't it take a bit too long if we are going to wait for monthly reports? Should this matter not go to the police immediately?
We are supposed to, per our mandate, we have to bring monthly reports to the ministry, and we have to report to the ministry, and the minister in charge will take the matter up.
Thank you, Richard Addo, for joining us. He's on the illegal mining monitoring team. It's now time for business, and Sandra Esinam Afenu is standing by.